How to answer an exam standard question in 10 easy steps. Step 8. Now what we want to do is to bring together those workings that we've got and dump them into our net present value computation. Now you should have a standard way of dealing with this. What I do with the NPV computation is to deal with the operating cash flows first of all, and then everything else. Okay? So it tends to go operating cash flows, investment, and then if there is anything else, which there isn't in this question, we would dump it at the bottom. So, first of all, I've slotted in my net trading revenue, working 1, something we did a little while back. Once we've done that, we can then take tax payable at 30%. Because, of course, every operating cash flow, inflow, pound, is taxable at 30%. Then, of course, we include our tax relief. Now, the tax relief was what we calculated in our writing down allowance tax relief calculation before. And remember the timing in years, starting in year 2. And finally, in this case, our residual value. We get an inflow of 5,000 when we dispose of the asset in year 4. So what we end up with are net cash flows for each of years 1 to 5. Then what we can do is to introduce our discount factors. If you remember, we had an 11% discount rate that we calculated. That was our money rate of return. So we get a mark just for slapping in the discount factors at 11%, and that gives us present values. Finally, we sum those present values and compare them to the capital expenditure. And that gives us a net present value of 106,000. Now, fine, that's where a lot of people stop. But if you remember what we said way back when we were doing something like step 2 or step 3, we were asked not just to calculate, but also to comment. And so I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to decide whether, with this NPV of plus 106,000, we should or we should not accept the project. What have I said? The NPV is positive, which suggests that the project will increase shareholders' wealth at a cost of capital. So accept the project. Not a masterpiece, but it will have to do. So, in summary, when you're looking at something like a net present value calculation, have a pro forma in mind that works for you. Because it is going to be taking those workings that you've got, getting them in there quickly, and getting to an answer. Please remember, in F9, it's critical that you get to an answer. Effectively, NPV is a form of decision making. So if you haven't got an answer, you can't make a decision and you throw away some easy marks.